Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. Mwah. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be another pick a card reading. This is going to be what needs healing right now. So what needs attention, okay? So I do want to go ahead and give a disclaimer, okay? I do focus a lot on shadow work, a lot on inner child healing, and a lot on, healing trauma and that sort of thing. So this video can trigger some of you, so be careful. If you are not ready to dive into your shadow work, you may want to skip this. Not that I don't want you here, because I want you here, but some people are just not ready to dive into their shadow, and I don't want to force it on you guys, because I am going to be talking a lot about family dynamics, a lot about the shadow energy, and really uncovering these layers of what's going on with our energy right now. So I figured I'd give a gentle reminder. I am the kind of reader that focuses on inner child healing. Like, that's my style. I'm going, to get my master's in counseling with the focus of developmental, so inner child healing. I work with kids right now, at-risk youth, for my day job. So I'm definitely always in this, area of healing trauma. So with that being said, I'm going to try to make sure to be gentle as possible, but I want you guys to know pretty much what you're getting yourself into with this reading, okay? But either way, I hope that you guys can definitely find a pile that resonates, something that brings you healing, something that can bring you a sense of maybe a new awareness about what's happening in your world, okay? I'll definitely try to give you as many tips as possible. Please keep in mind, no journey is the same. What works for me may not work for you, so don't stress too much on having to duplicate my own journey, because we're all different people with different flavors. We're all very, very different, and what works for me may not work for you. But one thing I will say, I do highly recommend therapy, focusing on whatever specific energy you feel you want to heal. For me, it's always been family and my inner child. So I made sure to sign up for a therapist that specialized in family healing. So I just want to bring awareness to therapy, because therapy gets such a bad rep, not only with just regular people, but also in the spiritual community. People shun therapy like it's a waste of time. Absolutely not, because I'm biased because this is my field, okay? So take it with a grain of salt, but, let it digest how you want it to digest. As someone who really, really came from a very, dysfunctional background, and stepping into a role of teaching and healing, it was really important to me, as someone who was developing spiritual gifts, to not just jump into being a psychic for other people, for the fame, for the power, or whatever perception I had at the time, right? Or just to say that I can do it, or just to, whatever. I wanted to focus a lot on healing my wounds so I could remain objective during my tarot sessions with my clients, during my sessions with my clients, whether it was through my spiritual practice or with my kids that I work with at my day job, right? I did not want to project my own BS or my own shadow, my own negativity onto people because of a lack of working through it, okay? So some people may say you can do that through your spiritual journey. You can find yourself through your spiritual journey. Absolutely, I agree. Yes, you can. I feel, again, my own opinion, so I'm biased. Just keep that in mind. I think it's incredibly important that we take a leap of faith and we find a therapist that helps us develop a sense of awareness in regards to a specific matter in my life. If it's family, make sure it's an MFT. If it's, deep trauma surrounding maybe abuse and things like that, you definitely want to get a therapist that specializes in that. Don't just pick whoever, okay? Like, it's really important you guys do your homework when you choose your therapist. This is where the stigma comes from. Oh, they didn't do anything for me when I went to therapy. But we're not like aware that there are different kinds of therapists. Like, I'm going to focus on art therapy, you know, when I get my master's, right? And I want to focus on working with youth, with high school youth in art and healing. And trauma. So that's my niche. You see what I mean? So you can't go to a therapist who focuses on a specific thing and then you want to talk about, you know, a TBI situation or a PTSD from war. You need someone who really, really, really specializes in that sort of thing. I needed to say that because as someone who is going to be a psychologist, I want people to be more open to therapy because there's such a negative outlook on therapy, especially culturally. I know for me, I come from a Latin background. I'm mixed heritage, but it's so negative. It's like, oh, if you have a therapist, you're crazy. Oh, and God forbid, you know, a man in my culture gets a therapist. That's like, people will like, in my family, be like, oh, okay, you good? You all right? You can't handle it. You know, there's so much stigma, and I'm sure we all feel it, right? So that was my quick rant, and I really felt it was important for me to kind of discuss it before I move on to showing you guys the decks based on what needs healing, okay? So this is going to be pile 1, the Modern Witch Tarot. This is going to be pile 2, the Nicoletta, and the Black Pouch, pile 3. So if you guys would like to donate to my channel, check out my Amazon Tarot wish list at the bottom. Check out my Instagram. I have all my information below. Take a deep breath. Choose something that you're drawn to, you guys. If you need more time, pause the video. Okay. So let's see what's going on. Pile 1. All right, what needs your attention right now? What's going on right now? I'm hearing self-discovery. Pile 1 is all about self-discovery right now. A lot of you guys are feeling really uncomfortable, especially with this, you know, full moon in Cancer. I feel like a lot of you guys have been diving into your past wounds. A lot of the energy that you have been hiding from is coming to surface. What needs healing or what needs attention for pile 1? I feel a lot of you guys are dissatisfied with specifically career and love. There's a dissatisfaction because you guys are feeling at odds with where you are in life. Pile 1, what needs healing? And I'm almost getting you guys have been clocking in and out of a job that you're not really happy about. You feel there is an energy here of feeling bound to your routine. I'm hearing bound to your routine. Some of you guys have been feeling trapped, okay? So right now, what needs attention is the way you have been going about your life purpose, the way you have been going about changing your routine. There is a fear for pile 1 of stepping out of your comfort zone. Some of you guys had children at a very young age. I'm having a vision of a child here. Or you had a child at a very young age and you had to learn how to kind of be grounded. You had to kind of settle really quickly to take care of your family. And this energy almost kind of inspired a sense of being trapped, or a sense of not being in a good place to make moves, because you were always worried about your child, or you were always worried if your child would be okay with the moves that you would make. If you don't have a child, this is about your inner child. What needs attention right now for pile 1? I'm hearing directing your focus, becoming more in tune with your needs, changing requirements. So some of you guys have been really dealing, I'm getting an energy here of an earth sign or a fire sign, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or a Leo, Sag, Aries. What needs attention right now? And there's a level of complacency with this person. You have been exhausted. This has been a relationship that a lot of you guys have taken on because you have a child and you need a home, or you need some kind of security, or there is a false sense of security. Again, the word complacency is coming up very strong here, out of fear of not being good enough to reach for the stars. What needs attention right now, and what needs healing? What needs attention? What needs healing? Some of you guys have recently, what needs healing? Disconnected from the father of your child or the mother of your child, and this has sent you really on a spiral, okay? The focus has been too much on how can I get this person back? How can I get this situation back to where it was? Or the focus has been, I'm not happy with my life, but I'm holding on to a relationship to try to give me a sense of life purpose. Big codependency issues with pile 1, okay? And this stems from, I'm getting an energy of watching a mother here hold on to the wrong partners for the sake of survival. So some of you guys had a mother who held on to partners, who had several partners, in hopes to bring some kind of stability, whether it's financial or whether it's emotional. So you guys are kind of cycling through this ancestral pattern, this generational pattern. I'm hearing a lot of you guys took a risk with this person, or you're taking a risk with this person. There is an intuitive notion that this person is not the best for you. I feel my people here, my viewers, you guys have been the ones really pushing this relationship. I had a vision of your person being a little bit complacent. They haven't really been actively pursuing their life purpose. So it's almost like a level of being comfortable. You clock in, you clock out, you go home to your person, and then you rest. And then you repeat. But this pile, you are coming into an awakening, pile 1, that this no longer can suit you. You guys are feeling so bound and restricted to your own routine that you're really starting to notice that this isn't going to be for you. What needs healing right now? What needs attention? There's definitely children involved in this pile. Or your inner child is really coming up here, okay? There's a lot of work. You guys have a lot on your plate. You guys have a lot on your plate, and you're trying your hardest here, okay? So you feel unhappy because of your job. A lot of you guys, again, there is a projection. This is learned behavior from your environment. I'm not happy. Let me grab for something that fulfills. Let me grab for something that makes me happy. And this is a human behavior. We do this. So it's like, think about a baby, right? Think about a baby. When a baby's crying, what happens? The mother goes to grab a bottle, or we carry it to soothe, right? We reach for our child to soothe our crying child. As humans and as adults, we do this as adults. Like, we do this. We self-soothe when we are uncomfortable. And we reach for things that make us feel good. And a lot of the time, it's love. When we are loved, or what we perceive as loved, we feel validated, we feel wanted, we feel desired. This becomes even more dangerous if we have issues with our mother and our father, because then we create a transference. Transference being that we start projecting a past memory onto our person because they're very similar to our parent or our sibling or our ABC, fill in the gap. So you guys feel like your future is feeling dim right now because the focus has been too much on this, on the masculine. A lot of you guys have been stressed out. Some of you guys are dealing with court cases, I'm hearing, or even custody battles. But there is still love. Like, you still love this person. A lot of you guys have been trying to make it work with this person. It could be a subconscious love, because I feel like I'm going to get someone who's going to say, I don't love that fool no more. Sometimes we still love people from a place of unawareness. If you have had a child with this person, you definitely still, to some degree, love this person. You may not be in love with this person for some, right? So love has been the major focus right now. This person has walked away. I feel like there is an energy of dealing with someone who has not been very honest in your life. They have not been committed to you. They have not been responsible to you or your child, if you have a child. If you don't have a child, this is about them just projecting their inner child wounds onto this relationship. They have not been honest with you, and it's not your fault. None of this has anything to do with you. This is all about self-discovery. Your person is also on a journey of self-discovery. So there is a lot on your plate. There is a lot on your plate right now. This pile, you guys have to delegate what's important right now and what's not, because there is an overabundant amount of stress on a masculine right now, or on your partner right now. What needs healing is how you're moving and how fast you're going, and then you're hitting a dead end. Okay, listen, this pile in particular, there's been a lot of gossip, there's been a lot of negative communication, maybe indulging in negative thinking, and this is blocking your creativity. Not only do you guys want to heal this situation with this person who just walked away from you, but you guys are also anxious to start a new cycle in matters of work. So what happens is when you're not seeing any movement, it's easy to lower our vibration instead of raising our vibration. So the healing starts with centering your energy with people who are going to elevate you and your style of communication. You guys need to work on the words, affirmation, affirm positivity, okay? So that's what I'm getting for that, and I hope that helped. All right, pile 2. I hope my phone doesn't die, you guys. This always happens. All right, pile 2. What needs attention? What needs healing right now? What's going on? Let me get a channeled message. Some of you guys have recently left home for education, higher learning, or you're doing something that is really becoming, you're breaking patterns in family, like you're breaking ancestral patterns. So a lot of my pile 2s, you guys have been the chosen one to carry the lineage into a higher vibrating energy, meaning you guys have been chosen to heal your lineage through doing the opposite of what your family has always done. So there is a level of feeling a lot of fear surrounding judgment, okay? A lot of you guys, there is a strong fear right now surrounding judgment of other people and your goals. So some of you guys have been very quiet or maybe secretive about what you've been working on, is what I'm getting. What needs attention for pile 2 right now? Exactly. Self-expression, being authentic to yourself. I am seeing an energy of this pile in particular. You have family who are very judgmental, not in a negative way. It's just, we all are conditioned. This is ancestral. It's like a cycle. It's like a continuous cycle. You know what I mean? It's until someone is brave enough to break it, which is you guys. You were chosen. So you guys may even have gifts. You guys may be clairvoyant. You guys may be clairaudience, psychics, shamans, healers. You guys were gifted something through your ancestry because they know, your ancestors know you were meant to break patterns, okay? What needs attention right now? What needs healing? Yeah, a lot of you guys are feeling alone because your family is not in alignment, or they have not supported you on this journey. And I feel like it's coming from the kin, from the people that they're supposed to, you know, they're supposed to. Success and growth in reverse. Again, this is like a lone wolf energy. You're learning how to walk your own path. You're learning how to create and establish independent roots away from your identity with mother and father. And this shit is creating a lot of anxiety. It's hard. It's so hard. Are you kidding me? I always wanted my mother to tell me she was proud of me. And she still hasn't. Right? So when you deal with energies like this, it hurts. It hurts. And it creates a sense of insecurity. As a child, I'm hearing that you guys were the creative ones. You were artistic. You were very creative. You were different from your family. They always thought something was going on with you. Like, why are you like this? Like, a lot of you guys had imaginary friends. You spent a lot of time in reflection. You read a lot of books. There was a lot of like Pisces energy, a lot of Neptune dreaminess going on. What needs attention? Pile 2. So I feel like a lot of you guys have recently left home. You've recently left or detached from the idea of home and what that represents. And you're finding a new support system as you move into the new year. You're finding what home means to you. Look at your 4th house placement, you guys, because this is going to provide you with a lot of wisdom to your life purpose in terms of home and what home feels like for you. So the energy right now is there's a lot of anxiety surrounding your own growth. Like, you've taken a leap of faith in a new direction. You know that you need to move forward. You know you're being guided by your intuition and by your ancestors and your angels. It's just you're afraid that you're going to fail. This is your biggest issue with healing right now. And you are not expressing what you've been through. A lot of you guys are not sleeping. You're not taking the time out to rest. So with the 2 Pentacles in reverse, confirming that you guys need to take some time away from the hustle and bustle and hold space for yourself. Journaling will help for this pile. Journaling is going to definitely help for this pile, okay? So again, here we go. You have a lot of people gossiping, a lot of people holding on to you. They want your energy. A lot of you guys are literally like healers. You guys are healers. You were made to transform your lineage. This pile, you were made to break the effing rules. You guys were always rebels in one way or another. And you have people in your life right now that are definitely talking about what you're doing in life. So maybe you're doing something they're not doing and they want to throw your name in the mud, or they're very inspired by you and they're talking about you. Your family's talking about you. You are the center. Everyone wants a piece of you because you're the queen bee. They want your honey. They want what you have to offer. But it's time to remove parasitic energy. Remove people who are just using you. You ain't got time for that, because your healing is going to really happen when you start decluttering your friendships and sometimes family, honey. Doesn't mean you don't have to love them. But give yourself enough time to be true to yourself and really start owning your power, like the Queen of Wands. This is about nurturing your own inner child through confidence of self. You see how she's adorned beautifully? You have everything it takes. Like, you create and establish your own sense of self-beauty, and then nurture your inner child. Everything that your family can give to you. For some of you, there was a shame around body image and shame around accepting your beauty. Like, you know, it's funny, it's very similar. You know, like, my mother never let me talk about myself in a positive way in terms of my body. Like, I wanted to say good things, and there was so much shame around body. It was unintentional. I don't think she ever meant to do that. It's her own trauma surrounding her own, you know, body, and then it was passed on, you know. Again, it was an unawareness that was passed on. This is why it's really important to heal yourself, so you don't pass this on to your children, or your own, you know, unhealed wounds to your child, because it happens. This is what the ancestors are all about. But you've been chosen to break out of this pattern. So you're also coming into a space of loving yourself and your body and your beauty. What does beauty represent to you? And how can you make it your own? Not society's definition of beauty. You know what I'm saying? So, pile 2. What is the advice for you? Some of you guys have big dreams. Like, some of you guys have big dreams, and you're letting people make you, like, second guess your dreams. So it's time to clear out your inner circle. Start working towards your dreams, because you have everything it takes. I'm hearing you have the resources. Your ancestors have gifted you the power of creativity, and also manifestation power. What is the advice? Also, you know, don't be afraid to accept help from others. Let people love you. Let people help you. Break free from abandonment issues. A lot of you guys like to do things alone here because you fear getting too close to people. That's okay, but it's a new era. It's time to start really diving into that part of yourself where you were abandoned and you're not trusting. Heal the root chakra, okay? Also, with the 9 of Cups in reverse, you guys have been hard at work. You are hard at work trying to transform your life, your energy, everything, but you're not having fun. And you're definitely not cultivating your Empress energy. Okay, you guys got to start self-care. Like, put yourself first. You know, I'm hearing that you guys are really worried about what other people think about you, and this is the time to cut that out. Do you like you? Because at the end of the day, honey, you have you. This is your skin suit. This is your suit. This is your skin suit right here. This is your soul inside. What matters, do you accept you? Because when you accept you, the world will accept you, okay? It starts with you, honey. Don't forget. All right, pile 3. All right, I hope my phone does not die. Pile 3. What needs healing for pile 3? What needs attention? What needs attention, pile 3? What's going on? What needs healing for pile 3, please? How have you been going and in pursuit of your goals, pile 3? There's been a strong drive in, I'm hearing the material realm, the 3D, okay? Money, success, power, a lack of rest, a lack of reflection. There's nothing wrong with being a go-getter. You guys have a very deep wound here. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. I'm having a vision of a really deep solar plexus wound here. Your solar plexus, it needs some love in your heart. Right here. There is a deep wound surrounding your father, surrounding the masculine energy, surrounding being betrayed by the masculine, being left behind. Some of you guys had a really tough childhood, okay? So you have learned how to become a warrior. You've been very strong all through your life. You don't need nobody. You don't need nothing. It's all good. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Blocked heart chakra. What did I say? Look at that. There has been a strong, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm getting so emotional. Oof. It's hard to tune into this kind of energy when I'm feeling it because I feel it to the core, you know, and I feel your pain. I can feel it. So there is a need to open your heart. There is a deep wound surrounding, because I'm seeing this black energy like just covering your chakra here, from your heart chakra to your solar plexus. You've learned how to survive. You've learned how to get through the system is what I'm hearing. You've learned how to fight on your own. You've been a warrior. And you are very successful in life. Whether you see it or not. I'm seeing my viewers who this will resonate for. You are very successful in life. You may have a position in power. You may be a manager. You may be someone who owns their own business. You're an entrepreneur. You've made something of yourself. You may have houses. You may be in real estate. You're very savvy when it comes to business. You're very creative, and you know you have the gift of gab. You know how to work. You know how to work the system. Okay. Some of you guys may have also had jobs that were not maybe always legal at some point to survive, but you handled it and you made it into something legal. You guys have pushed through enormous amounts of stress, of pain, of betrayal, and you have come out on top. You are a leader. People definitely, strong fire sign here, especially also Aquarius and Virgo. People follow your word. People follow you. You command attention. It's your way or the highway. You have a strong, people can feel your strength. And I feel like to some degree you've been the envy of your friends because no one has matched your strength in your circle. Some of you guys were abandoned as a child. There was a lack of care in general. So you learned how to pick up your stuff and you learned how to go get it because no one was going to go get it for you, right? So the pain right now is, how do you connect with the world around you from a place of compassion? A lot of you guys right now are pushing from a place of fear and ego. I'm sorry. I have to call it how I see it. Your heart is completely blocked right now. Your solar plexus is blocked. You're working from a place of having to show and prove people something. You got to prove something to the world. You got to prove that you're going to make it and that you didn't need nobody. It's all on you, right? This is beautiful to some degree because you learned how to survive and you learned how to thrive without any help. This is an ancient soul right here. You guys have been through several incarnations. I'm also having a vision of the Holy Land in Egypt. So you guys go way back. Mesopotamia, the BC, prehistoric, okay? Like pre-dynasty, you know, that, like you guys, you're being asked to flow. I just saw 333 when I said that. You're being asked to flow. You need to open yourself up to the world around you. There is a drive for power in this pile, whether you know it or not, and you've kind of blocked out your heart space. There's a hardness about you right now. You're on a path of being driven to get control, power over your environment and people and your career. You're making some good money right now. This pile's making some pretty good money right now, but at the cost of your compassion sometimes. You may not do well with emotions. This pile doesn't cry. This pile has an issue with allowing vulnerability. You probably have an issue with receptivity. A blocked heart chakra can also inspire jealousy, envy, resentment towards people who may be doing better, or what your perception is of better. You may not be aware. It's not like you're aware and you're looking at people in jealousy, because I feel like you guys are very confident. But it's when your energy is blocked, it's almost natural to feel that way. There is a need to go within and tune into your intuition, to really meditate and open up these chakras and open up a sense of understanding from a place of wisdom. This is not your first rodeo, baby. This is not your first incarnation. Okay? You remember the pain of what it's like to have to struggle on your own. So what needs attention right now is compassion, empathy, and really talk to the creator, talk to source. Okay? And seek a deeper meaning to what's happening around you. Don't block it. It's like you've been avoiding it. You've been avoiding talking to your inner self, your inner child. You don't want to do it because it's painful. So what makes you feel more at ease is coming from a place of power, control, worldly success. A lot of you guys are on path to do this, like CEO energy. Like you guys are very, very powerful people. Emperors, whether you're male or female, but at the cost of your own inner peace. Because you guys are pushing from a place of your trauma right now, whether you know it or not. You're pushing from a place of trauma. Some of you guys have endured losses, a lot of loss, like death, not having parents to support you, you know, but you're still thriving. You're still making it. Now, I want to gently remind you that a part of also thriving is connecting with yourself from a place of heart. And if you have to cry it out, cry it out. And if you don't want no one to see, cry it in the shower if you have to, you know. But find a place where you can release and give it to God, okay? This is really important for you guys. Now, let's get some extra here to clarify. So, what needs healing for pile 3? Again, you guys are a force. Listen, I'm not even mad at you. This might even be my pile. Who knows? You guys are warriors. Like, you guys are legit warriors. You are strong. You've learned how to master yourself. A lot of you guys have a strong connection to animals as well. You're very shamanistic. You're very strong. But right now, there is a strong inner conflict within you, especially because there is definitely a break in the family. You come from dysfunction. Right now, there's an energy of what needs attention is the triggers of not feeling loved, not feeling cared for, and exerting power from a place of lack, from a place of void, because you were abandoned. Okay? So how can we gently go back into this is look at the triggers. You guys have seen my post on Instagram. Look at your triggers. What is triggering you? This strength is beautiful, but how can you be strong? You know, being vulnerable is strength too. And learning a new meaning of strength is going to be very important, okay? Learning a new meaning of strength and learning how to communicate and express your truth is going to be even more important here. What is this 5 of Wands about? What needs attention right now? The way you're interacting with people, how you're going about gaining success and power is really important. Oh my God. 5-5. Resentment, battle, ego. What did I say? There was a lot of ego energy here. It may not be something you're aware of, okay? It's not something that you're walking around with like, I know I'm being egotistical. You know, we walk around and we're being ourselves. We never know when we're coming from a place of what, unless we're very self-aware and we're tuned in. So the attention needs to be on how you are exerting a level of egotism. Ego is important as well. Ego helps us go get the goal, go get that drive. We need it to protect ourselves. But this is like, there's something that really hurts here, pile 3, and you're not addressing it, and it's manifesting itself in a dark way. Okay? It's manifesting itself in a very dark way. So what needs attention, pile 3? How you deal with your karma is really important right now. What you're going through, your whole life experiences are very karmic, because a lot of you guys are trying to clear karma. You're clearing debt from a past life. Okay, you guys have had a really intense past life, so this is why you're going through what you're going through. To learn compassion. There's a lot, I don't know why I'm getting this. There is a lot of violence in your family, or a lot of aggression, a lot of anger. And this is what needs to be clear with that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You need to be able to heal your ancestors from that. Your ancestors were fighters. They were emperors. They were in power, violent, for the sake of protecting their own tribe or protecting what belonged to them. Money, I'm hearing money is a big one too. So this is deeper than just what needs healing right now. This is like the ancestors. Like, you need to tap into what kind of karmic debt that they owe, so you can clear this, so you don't have to incarnate any of your children into this anymore. Clear poverty consciousness of feeling abandoned and left behind. What did I say intuitively? This card is confirming it. It's confirming that. Any feelings of not being worthy of financial success. This is what's driving you to kind of push for the power. And you're getting it. Your ancestors are helping you get the success. They're helping you be in a position of power. But they're hoping and praying that you really do this from a place of compassion. Because you're teetering between a place of very, very dark power and a place from light power. They want you to become more centered and seek your truth. And don't forget that we are all connected. Crown chakra energy. We are all universal. We are all children of the Creator. We are all children of God. We are all worthy. We all have a story. Be compassionate. Remember that, okay? All right, my loves. Mwah. Hope that helped. Bye.